The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Merritt Dismuke.
And I'm Fagan Kennedy. We bring you news from the Georgia College campus and across the Milledgeville community. Coming up, a close look at surprising things uncovered during the renovation of Terrell Hall.
The push and pull of Greek Week.
And we'll take you up close and personal at one of Milledgeville's favorite events, the Pride Alliance's drag show. Stay right here.
The Mary Vincent Memorial Library downtown and county animal shelter are at risk at closing because of a dispute between the city and county over funding. Negotiations are ongoing between the Baldwin County Commission and the city of Milledgeville. The library and animal shelter staff are trying to remain positive. Library Director Stephen Hauser says that the uncertainty of the situation has been a challenge for the library and its staff, as projects are put on hold and employees are concerned about keeping their jobs. The county and city are discussing the terms of the special local option sales tax that's called SPLOST and a service delivery strategy agreement. The two sides disagree on how the money is going to be divided. According to the Union Recorder, the deadline for finalizing the service strategy agreement has been extended until July 29th. If the county and city still cannot come to an agreement by the end of July, Hauser says that the dispute will move into the court system. Meanwhile, the Mary Vincent Memorial Library downtown and Baldwin County Animal Shelter face the threat of losing their funding. Students often use the Greenway for walks, runs, and even its dog park, yet the park has had some safety hazards. The Oconee River Greenway to give you an inside look at some of the dangers the park has. There's even been incidences of glass behind me alongside the riverbanks. Students often use the Greenway for walks, runs, and even its dog park. Yet the park contains safety hazards and lacks potential quality. We even found copious amounts of trash throughout the park. The trash can't help but distract you from the Greenway's beauty. You can see behind me, the bridge has collapsed. Although there are barriers put up, this could be a serious issue for a wandering child, and no one knows when the bridge will be fixed or when the barriers will be taken down. I interviewed Nicole Davis, a Georgia College student, about her opinion on the Greenway's issues. Do you come to the Greenway often?
Yeah, I do. I used to come like once a month, but now that I got a puppy, I come like 3 times a week or so.
Have you noticed any of the damages at the Greenway? We've noticed some broken glass and some broken boards, and we just wanted to know if any of the people who come have noticed any problems.
Yeah, I do see a lot of stuff, especially a lot of trash and like broken glass from like bottles and stuff.
If you look down, there's even a deep drop-off where someone could seriously injure themselves with no railing. This is one of the many problems the Greenway needs to focus on fixing. I contacted Marion Nelson, who is a chair on the Greenway Authority. She said city public works crews are working with them to facilitate needed repairs. They hope to accomplish this within 2 weeks. She was at the park yesterday, cleaning trash from the parking area as well. A volunteer workday is scheduled for the 27th of April. Patrons who enjoy the Greenway are urged to step up and lend a hand.
I definitely think that they need to have and maybe even an organization at Georgia College to do it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I use the Greenway a lot, and just going there and seeing some of the damages really kind of opened my eyes to what needs to be fixed.
Absolutely. By all accounts, last weekend's Art Healthy Festival was a big success. Our own Amanda Smoltz helped promote the event and got to speak to some of the attendees.
Did you know that you can go to salsa dancing classes for free every Thursday night? That's just one of the things people learned at the Art Healthy Festival on Front Campus on Saturday, April 12th.
I was born and raised here in Milledgeville, Georgia, but I live and work in a country in West Africa called the Gambia. So coming into the festival here, it really reached all my expectations. I saw beautiful pieces of artwork done by regional artists, and they found a way to fuse that with health and getting across the health information to people who really, really need it and perhaps normally would not experience that health information.
More than 100 vendors came out to promote health awareness through boxing, pottery, blood pressure screening, and other things.
So operators will be there, okay?
So I've been learning a lot walking around and seeing all the tents and all the people promoting health. And the vitamin shop gave me this free sample, which it's not sample size, it's very big. And it's just like an emergency, you drink it to try to prevent sickness, and it's carbonated so it tastes better. And I think it's gonna help me because I haven't been feeling well.
I'm so happy to see people learn about acupuncture and holistic remedies and things that just not involving, Western medicine and synthetic medicine. So I think it's a great thing, and I wish to see more of it, especially in Middle Georgia.
This was the 6th annual Art Healthy gathering in Milledgeville. Plans are already in the works for next year's event, so mark your calendars. For GC360, I'm Amanda Smoltz.
There's a new police chief in town, and we'll be asking him about the things you want to know about. That's coming up after the break.
The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You've no doubt seen the blue fences around Terrell Hall and probably wondered what's going on inside. Our director, Gabrielle Duchateau, got a guided tour to check out the future home of the communication department.
Terrell Hall is one of the oldest buildings on the Georgia College campus. Built in 1908, it is being renovated and will become home to the communication department. Terrell is having new life built into it, while also having its integrity preserved.
We are honoring the history of the building and its character, but we're creating a building that will do what we need it to do today.
One goal was to allow daylight to fill the halls of the building. The curved windows that adorn the turrets on either side of Terrell should make this a reality. Renovation usually brings surprises, and Terrell Hall is no exception. The renovation team was shocked and surprised to stumble upon transoms and arches above the doorways.
We really had no idea that they were there. So it was a great discovery.
These original arches were hidden by remodeling done in the 1970s.
The ceiling was, see that line? That's where the ceiling had been added. So as you could tell, it blocked off the transoms. So the transoms were closed when the ceiling was put in, but it also hid the arches. So the arches became obscured.
Construction started in summer 2018, and expectations are that it will be finished by mid-fall this year. Then, equipment will be installed.
All of the furniture, all of the equipment, all of the monitors that will be in here, all the video systems, all of the equipment, and then again all the furniture is then moved in. That will take usually a month or 2 months just to get the building fully operational.
Even after the equipment and furniture is moved in, students will not be able to move in all at once.
It's called commissioning, but we actually test the building to make sure that it's functioning well before we move everybody in at once. And we'll probably, because it's going to be mid-semester, we're going to be able to kind of phase it in, so as we get spaces available, we can begin to move groups in so we don't move in all at once.
The completion of Terrell Hall is highly anticipated by many Georgia College students and faculty. Reporting for GC360, I'm Gabrielle Duchateau.
Campus security. We have a very special guest in this studio today. Georgia College's new police chief, Brett Stenell. Hello, Chief Stenell. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Merritt. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us and welcome to the Georgia College community. So first, let me start by asking this. As someone coming from outside the community with fresh eyes, what do you see as the major security challenges that you will face?
Well, as far as security challenges that I will face, today is day 10, so it's a little early to tell as far as specific problems.
Right.
I can tell you that the platform that I've presented thus far and have stretched all across campus is that of engagement and dialogue.
Okay.
So I'm not sure on the issues yet. I'm gathering as much information as I can and making sure that all audiences on campus know that I'm approachable, and if there are issues that need to be addressed, be happy to engage in dialogue and talk about those, see what we can do to get from where we are to where we want to be.
Okay, awesome. Well, what questions are you asking about the current safety systems in place?
Well, I'm kind of a hands-on leader. I'm used to, having that firsthand involvement in operations.
Right.
So I want to learn as much as I can about the Georgia College environment. It's important. One of the questions that I was asked during the hiring process was if I was going to come and try and turn Georgia College into Columbus State. There's not a cookie-cutter approach to campus safety.
Right.
Georgia College is a very unique environment, and that's part of what attracted me to this campus. So I want to learn as much as I can about all of the systems in place. I've met with a lot of our department and learning about how Georgia College and the Public Safety Department operate currently, to include fire safety systems and other components there at the department. So I want to learn as much as I can, and again, kind of determine where we are and where we want to be and develop plans to bridge the gap between the two.
Great. Well, so what was the campus population like at Columbus State compared to Georgia College?
Well, I was there for 13 years in public safety, 4 years in a previous position with educational outreach. So I kind of got to see the campus population grow over the years. At its peak, it was about 8,500 as far as student population.
Okay, great. So Georgia College isn't too far from
Not too far off.
Okay, so it's a nice natural switch. Yes. I like that. So what are the most important things Georgia College students should become aware of in terms of safety and security, and what are some ways in which you want to promote safety?
It's a great question. One of the things that I would encourage to any campus community member, faculty, staff, or student is to be aware of their surroundings. And one of the things that I present in any type of public safety forum, or if we're doing any type of training for awareness, personal safety, is that be cognizant of situations and don't get yourself into a situation you can't get out of. So being mindful of awareness, being mindful of circumstances, and having a plan. Knowing who to contact, pre-programming emergency contact numbers and cell phones, things of that nature. Having that backup plan of communication so that someone knows where you are, and if there is an incident, who to contact.
Okay, great. Well, Georgia College has seen a lot of, emergency situations, especially with gas leaks and students not really knowing where to go, so I'm glad that you think a plan needs to be instated.
I would absolutely encourage everyone on the campus to also consider other programs that we have available, to include SNAP, to make sure that your GC Alert contacts are up to date, and also be mindful of Rave Guardian.
Great, great. Well, how serious do you think underage drinking and student using fake IDs are? I realize that this is a matter of the jurisdiction of the Milledgeville Police Department, but how much of a focus do you think should be put on and enforce the rules in downtown bars?
Well, as the Director of Public Safety, my primary objective is to ensure that all of our campus community members get home safely. Mm-hmm. So we want to encourage smart decisions.
Right.
As far as the enforcement of the laws, there are laws prohibiting underage drinking, fake IDs, and other similar instances. And those are laws of the state of Georgia,
right.
And officers do have the discretion to enforce. As far as interaction with Milledgeville Police Department, we are working to get me introduced to other campus leaders, both here and in the community. I've started meeting with a couple of those, but the police department is definitely on my list of people to meet and interact with, so that we can develop those plans moving forward on how the departments are going to work together.
Okay, well, it was so nice talking to you, Chief
Absolutely.
Stenell. It's been an honor, and thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to, garner a better connection with you at GC360.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Coming up, it's sports time. Herndon will have your weekly update. Stick around to catch up on all the Greek Week winners. We'll be right back after the break.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to GC360. It's time for your weekly sports update. I'm Herndon Lee. During the annual Greek weekend at Georgia College, fraternities and sororities participate in a series of games and competitions in hope to taking the title of Greek Week champions. Let's start with flag football. The Alpha Tau Omega dominated the event for the fraternities, and the ladies of Kappa Delta took home the title for the event and for the sororities. ATO's team was filled with freshmen of intramural legends, and their quarterback Josh Hammond and linebacker Ben Steinberg were two of the big impact players. Morgan Davis led the Kappa Delta team to victory in the flag football with her strong arm and quick feet. Dodgeball also made an impact last week during Greek Week. A fraternity and sorority were teamed up to compete in co-ed style. In the end, the duo of Pi Kappa Phi and DZ came out on top to claim victory. Continuing our Greek Week coverage, our reporter Lindsay Bishop went to the first event, basketball.
Week started off Thursday with the basketball tournament. All the sororities and fraternities gathered at the WRC to battle for the championship. Sororities and fraternities faced off until the winner moved forward to the next round. They used a single elimination bracket, so once a team lost, they were eliminated from the competition for good. Sororities and fraternities fought hard to make it to the championship. Zeta and AD Pi faced off in the women's championship. Zeta Tau Alpha won the game with a score of 46-26, which is no surprise since they won the intramural championship in early spring. Pi Kappa Phi and ATO competed in the men's championship finals. Alpha Tau Omega won the championship with a score of 58-51, winning 10 points towards their total score for Greek Week.
Continuing our Greek Week coverage with this year's theme of 2000's Greek Sing really rocked the house. From Britney Spears to NSYNC, Greek Sing covered it all. Coming out on top was Kappa Delta, and Theta Chi stole the show, coming in at second place with Alpha Omega Corn Pi and Alpha Tau Omega, and bring home third was Delta Gamma and Sigma Alpha Ellipson. Tug brought even more excitement, as well as God and Goddess and Step. The competition was tight throughout every single event. Merritt covered those competitions for us.
Greek Weekend 2019 was one for the books. Fraternities and sororities participated in a series of games and competitions for the title of Greek Week champion. The most popular events included Tug, Step, and Greek Sing. The winner was determined by a point system. First place in an event won 10 points, second place netted 8 points, and third place added 6 points. Tug requires grit, strength, and training. The competitive spirit was palpable. Phi Mu took home the win in a showdown with Delta Zeta. It was Phi Mu's first Tug win in years. For the fraternities, Kappa Alpha Order managed to pull out a win against Pi Kappa Phi, who came in second. For Greek God and Goddess, sorority and fraternity members were nominated to represent their organizations and take part in a parade at Centennial. Congratulations to Emily Lowe from Delta Zeta for winning the Greek Goddess title and Will Steinman from Alpha Tau Omega for Greek God. On to one of Greek Weekend's biggest events, Step and Stroll. Teams from each sorority and fraternity prepared step routines and competed against one another for the title. Last year's winner, Zeta Tau Alpha, managed to prevail again. Alpha Tau Omega had an easy time winning the individual step competition. No other fraternity competed in this category. In the overall competition, Zeta Tau Alpha secured the Greek Week title for the third year in a row. With a 26-point lead, Alpha Tau Omega continued their domination as well, taking the men's title for a fourth year in a row.
That's it for sports. Coming up, we'll give you a look inside the drag show hosted by Pride Alliance. All of this when we return. Stay with us.
The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
Welcome back to GC360. An interfaith dinner hosted by the Jewish student organization Hillel happened this past week. Maggie Barnhart got the scoop on the unity and togetherness of students celebrating their own springtime traditions with each other.
An indoor Easter egg hunt. The lighting of the Passover candles. seasonal foods from various traditions. It's a dinner celebrating Easter, Equinox, Passover, and Vesak.
We try to celebrate unity and diversity. So it's a matter of respecting all people, all religions, respecting each person as an individual.
The Jewish group Hillel puts it on twice a year.
This event was started to promote tolerance and peace among all the different religions, but also as an educational piece.
This event teaches students about other religions and their traditions.
There's also other holidays that are celebrated around springtime that I didn't even know about, like Equinox, and the other one that I don't even remember how to say, but it's been really cool.
The Interfaith Dinner is an opportunity to celebrate unity and respect among Georgia College students in each of the springtime traditions that come along. Reporting for GC360, this is Maggie Barnhart.
Marathon was a success this year. The Georgia College Miracle team and participants were able to raise $230,034.84 for the kids. New Executive Director Julia Simpkins shared and talked about what her election means to her.
I think I've seen the passion that's come through the board every year, being on it the past 2 years, and then doing branch chair last year. I think I've just seen it mean a lot to everyone, and I think it's really important to be able to spread that passion and lead others so they know how to lead their committees, just future people who want to get super involved, so that it's always being left in good hands year after year.
Simpkins hopes to get more people involved with not only fundraising, but also going on hospital visits to see how donations are being put to use.
The Pride Alliance Club hosted its annual drag show this past week. Maggie was on hand and reports on how the show helped the stars find acceptance.
It's drag show night at Buffington's. College students and Baldwin County residents participate in the show, and for most, this is their first time. It gives performers a chance to be somebody else, and people love it.
I'm a junior here at Georgia College. I'm a theater major with a dance minor, so performing arts is my life.
Robinson became somebody else on stage.
I kind of came up with this all on my own, so I sort of had the feeling that if it sucks, it's all on me.
Stephen Mosley also transformed himself.
That's what makes me really excited. This is the first ever time I'm going full girl and just going on stage and just being a completely different person, completely different from who I am.
Crowds of people come out to support the drag stars in the Pride Alliance Club in downtown Milledgeville on Thursday night.
All the nerves just washed away. I had no hesitation. I was that character and nothing else, and just went with it. It was so much fun.
The best part about going out in the crowd was me going crazy in this and dressed as this, and everybody being excited about it. Everyone was so excited about it. So that was my favorite part of it.
With such positive feedback and support from the Baldwin community, I think it's safe to say that these drag stars' first performance will not be their last. Reporting for GC360, this is Maggie Barnhart.
That's all for this edition of GC360. I'm Merritt Dismuke.
And I'm Fagan Kennedy. When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media page. Always available to you, GC360, where news comes full circle.
Woo!
The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.